जयो राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी। जयो राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी। गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना। यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना। यमुनातीरावनचारी। यमुनातीरावनचारी। जयो राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी। जयो राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्रीमद् अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत गोस्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की, सवेद गौर भक्त वृंद की, जय गौर प्रेमानंदे। All Gurus assembled devotees, all Gurus assembled devotees, all Gurus assembled devotees, all Gurus, all Gurus, all Gurus, Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 3, The Lord's Pastimes out of Vrindavan, text number 21. Imam lokam amum chaiva ramayan sutaram yadu reme kshanadaya datta kshanastri kshanasauhruda imam lokam amum chaiva ramayan sutaram yadu reme kshanadaya datta kshanastri kshanasauhruda imam lokam amum chaiva ramayan sutaram yadu reme kshanadaya datta kshanastri kshanasauhruda imam lokam amum chaiva imam lokam amum chaiva mayan sutaram yadu datta chanastri kshanasauhruda. Any Matajis? Imam, this, lokam, earth, amum, and the other worlds, cha, also, eva, certainly, ramayan, pleasing, sutaram, specifically, yadun, the yadus, reme, enjoyed, kshanadaya, by night, datta, given by, kshana, leisure, stri, with woman, kshana, conjugal love, sauhruda, friendship. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. The Lord enjoyed his pastimes both in this world and in the other worlds, higher planets, specifically in the association of the Yadu dynasty. At leisure hours offered by night, he enjoyed the friendship of conjugal love with women. Purport. The Lord enjoyed in this world with his pure devotees. Although he is the personality of Godhead and is transcendental to all material attachment, he nevertheless exhibited much attachment for his pure devotees on the earth, as well for the demigods who engage in his service in the heavenly planets as powerful delegated directors in the management of all material activities. He displayed special attachment for his family members, the Yadus, as well as for his 16,000 wives, who had the opportunity to meet him in the leisure hours of night. All these attachments of the Lord are manifestations of his internal potency, of which the external potency is only a shadow representation. In the Skanda Purana Prabhasa Kanda, in the topics between Lord Shiva and Gauri, there is a confirmation of his internal potential manifestations. There is mention of the Lord's meeting with 16,000 cowherd damsels. Although he is the Hamsa, transcendental, super soul, and maintainer of all living entities, the 16,000 cowherd damsels are a display of 16 varieties of internal potencies. This will be more elaborately explained in the 10th canto. It is said there that Lord Krishna is just like the moon, and the internal potential damsels are like the stars around the moon. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Welcome all the devotees today morning for the Srimad Bhagavatam class, and seek the blessings and permission of all the senior devotees here to speak. Some reflections as given by our acharyas on this theme and this verse. So this particular chapter is where Uddhava, in great separation from the Lord, is remembering the different pastimes, how the Lord manifested, and appreciating. And not just with how he dealt with him, but also how he was so much there for his devotees in all situations, whether it be Pandavas, whether it be the Vrajvasis, and now the Dwarkavasis. And Krishna's role in all these places was different, and the way he was related was also different. But in each of his roles that he played, the Lord, he excelled. There was no one who uh, could say that you are not doing your duties well. In Brihad Bhagavatamrita it comes that the mother of Kamsa apparently finds fault with uh, Krishna's parents, that how they instead of raising him comfortably, they made him go to the forest and they faced all the demons out of great concern. But another perspective, which her name is Padma. So she in a as you say, in a sarcastic way, or in a way that is usually we don't see. Oh, Krishna. Yes, it can be seen that Krishna went through so much trouble, but in none of this he saw it as a trouble. He was enjoying every situation, relationship that was there. The Lord was giving pleasure to his devotees, and that's what here it is said that with his pastimes, everybody became happy, both in this world and also in the heavenly worlds, in the other planet. And something like the law, and not just in the daytime, but even in the night, the Lord was so eager to please his devotees. The Lord was very attentive that how can I give that very private time to my queens, because the whole day the Lord Krishna is busy with doing so many different things. So the night time, the Lord used to give his private time. His Holiness Kadambakanan Maharaj mentions this, that once in Vrindavan, when he was staying there, at the night, around 11 or 12, he was pacing up and down in the Krishna Balaram temple, doing japa. And that time, Mahendra Prabhu and all the devotees, small team of devotees, were doing kirtan there. And suddenly, out of nowhere, there were some Brajvasis or some people who came there, and they started to shout out loudly, Jai Radhe, Jai Vrindavan, different things. So, Kadambakanan Maharaj immediately said to them, don't shout, the Lord is sleeping. And immediately Mahendra Prabhu stopped the kirtan and said, the Lord Krishna doesn't sleep, he is busy with the gopis. And then he continued. So therefore it said in the morning, although Lord, we wake him up at 4:20 here and other places, 4 o'clock. The Lord is a bit tired because the night he hardly slept. And someone to be 24/7, all the time, be fully available for his devotees and always continuously, trying to please them, is not easy. Most of us, we have our, me time, and then there is the seva time or sadhana time. And Krishna was there for the devotees all the time. So therefore nobody can be there fully and thinking. And how did Lord enjoy? By giving himself to the devotees. It is said that Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur says that the Lord gave pleasure to his devotees through 4 things. His smile, his loving glances, his words, his pastimes, and his beautiful form. And through these 4, the Lord was giving his pleasure to his devotees. And glances the Lord during the day to the queens, he could only give them pleasure through glance, through his loving glance. And during this time of Kumbh Mela, we can recount that how powerful is Lord's glance. That when after 1,000 years of churning the milk ocean, when the nectar finally came, all the asuras, they immediately, some of the powerful asuras, they immediately grasped that pot of nectar and they started to run. And the weaker demons, they were saying this is not right, even the devatas should get the share, because everybody has worked hard, everybody should get the Mahaprasad. And the devatas were again became they very hopeless. So because they were already weak and asuras were strong. And that time they again call out to Krishna, Hey Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare. And Krishna came in a very mesmerizing form as a lady, Mohini Murti. And her appearance and her charms were so enchanting that all these Rakshasas, they forgot the nectar that was with them, and they started to look at her. And the way she glanced on each one, just by the glance, all these asuras, they became very happy and convinced that she loves me. Sometimes, a girl or a boy, they say this particular girl loves me. And if you ask, how do you know? No, the way she glanced at me, I am convinced that she loves me. So the way Mohini glanced at each of these demons, they were convinced that she only loves me, and therefore this whole big battle, who will get the nectar, they all came together to give. Can you chant a little far? So they all got convinced, and therefore they gave the nectar, that you please decide who will get first, because in the heart of hearts they thought she is going to give first to me only, and the maximum to me. So this is, we can see even in the churning of milk ocean, the Lord's glance, how powerful it was. And glance is a very important way to express our relationship. Sometimes when you go to some person and he doesn't even look at us, then that becomes a very strong evidence that मुझे देखा भी नहीं, मैं गया था उधर, मुझे देखा भी नहीं. But the Lord, just by his glance, it is said in Vrindavan, because there were 12 forests in Vrindavan, and the Lord was not going to each forest every day. One day to here, there was a whole schedule that was made by Vrinda Devi. आज कौन से वन में जाएंगे भगवान? But the rest of the trees that were in other forests, they were in ecstasy from the previous glance and affection that the Lord gave, that they forgot that today the Lord has not come. The glance was itself so enchanting and strengthening to them. And long back, Rudranath Prabhu gave a beautiful class on the power of Lord glance, and he made an whole acronym called as glance. Those of you are interested, please refer to that class. But today, so we will not cover that. So through the glance, the Lord gave immense pleasure to the devotees, the queens in Vrindavan, and also through his words. not just glancing, but by his sweet speeches that the Lord used to give. The queens were fully convinced, because each of the devotee, everybody needs to feel loved, feel attended to, feel cared for. And only Krishna has this capacity to speak the right words that will totally capture the other person. And sometimes, no, by Krishna's power, by Krishna's grace, his pure devotees also carry that strength, that they perfectly speak what will really help the other person, what will really elevate the other person's consciousness. Once Tamal Krishna Maharaj, he was asking Prabhupada, everybody that is coming to you, they're going with such no pleasure. And seems that everybody loves you. And then Prabhupada said, yes, everybody loves me because I love everybody. Anybody that is coming to me, there is so much care and interest for their welfare, that because of that genuine care, as Prabhupada says, you are ever a well-wisher, Prabhupada was empowered by Krishna to speak the right words, sometimes apparently sweet or strong. We know when Ambarish Prabhu had gone to meet Prabhupada for the first time, I think it was Ravindra Swarup Prabhu who brought, and then he was introducing that this is the great grandson of Ford. And immediately Prabhupada said, so where is he now? Where is Mr. Henry Ford now? And just fact-wise, you can say he's dead, he's no more there. But Prabhupada was asking a deeper question. So yes, he had all this big glory and such a big empire that he made, but where is he now? So seemingly kind of not the usual ways in which the conversations happen, but that really startled Ambarish Prabhu, Alfred Ford, that yes, where is he now? And where will be I if I just pursue the common trend? And that really opened up the Ambarish Prabhu. So like this, were so many stories that how by Krishna's grace, a devotee can get the right words. And even Lord Brahma and so many devotees pray to Krishna that, oh Krishna, please give me the right wisdom. Even Prabhupada in the Jaladuta prayers, please give me the words by which I can share your message, the right words, so that the ignorance of Kali Yuga, the ignorance of Western civilization, or of godless civilization that is there, that please give me the words by which I can. So when words are spoken with great care and concern for them, then it is Krishna who empowers those devotees to speak. So what to speak of Krishna himself? And we can see this, that when Krishna came to release the Devaki and Vasudeva from the prison, Krishna is not boasting, okay, now I have released you, I have killed Kamsa. He starts to express regret that all these years that I have been lost, where you are suffering so much, and me being there could not save you in so many years, and you were in the prison. Beautifully Krishna starts to speak to Devaki and Vasudeva, and by that speech, just he also said that it is a duty of a child to take care of one's parents. And if one does not do that, then it's no, his life is not complete, is not proper. So with that speech, and it was not Krishna just speaking just to make them impress them, or but Krishna's genuine concern. And Devaki and Vasudev, they just embrace Krishna. And so how does the Lord really give pleasure to his devotees, or he enjoy? Here it is given, the word is used, datta. By, in this world we think love means to get. The person who loves me has to keep giving, and we only love those people who give us. If somebody gives you a chocolate, a child, then the child loves that person. If a person, so in this world love is developed by getting. And Krishna, his mode is always about giving to his devotees. And what to speak of his dearmost devotees, the queens of Dwarka. And also in the heavenly planets, the Lord gave pleasure, enjoyed his pastimes, even in the heavenly planets. And I could only think of few pastimes that come to my mind. One is the story of the Parijata tree. Narada Muni had brought in a Parijata flower and gave to Rukmini, and Satyabhama requested that I want a whole tree. And then Krishna goes to the heavenly planets to ask for the tree, and then Sachi does not want to part away. She says, "How if I don't have the Parijata, how will I have the best of the flowers?" So influenced by Sachi, Indra was not willing to give, and influenced by Satyabhama, Krishna was wanting to have it. And then, forgetting the position of Krishna, Indra declines it, and then there is a war, and then Krishna finally brings us the tree. And therein Shukadeva Goswami mentions that just almost few days back the Govardhan Lila happened, where Indra's pride was totally removed by Krishna's great strength, by lifting of the Govardhan hill. And now, within few days, again he forgot. And this is the danger that we have, that unless we are hearing regularly, unless we are associating with devotees regularly, and being careful, these things like greed, pride, anger can cover up what is the true glory of Krishna or the devotees. And another is Lord Krishna going to the Mahavishnu to bring back the sons of the Brahmana, or Krishna going to Yamaloka to bring back the sons of Sandipani Muni, like this. Any other story where Krishna visits heavenly planets or other planets? This Mahavishnu and Parijata tree and the Yamaloka. Anyone recollects? Sutarloka for? So that is Sandipani Muni, no? Panchajanya. Krishna's brothers. Yes. So Prabhupada mentions here, and also Vishwanath Chakra writes in his commentary, that even to them, although apparently he was taking, but Krishna's presence and Krishna's words, Krishna's glances, Krishna's form, it gave great pleasure to the inhabitants of these different planets. And Sutara means especially Krishna was performing all this especially for the Yadavas, for the queens. Some time back I had heard this sweet story about one of our leaders, Grahastha leaders. And the wife of this leader, she had come to Maharaj, His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj, and was saying that Maharaj, my husband doesn't give time to me. That he's always busy in either at work or at the temple. That he doesn't give time. And Maharaj, was checking. He also called Prabhuji and asked, so this is the complaint, which is not a new complaint, it's a very common complaint. So, is it so? So then he said, it never struck to me that, I'm not giving time, because we do many things together. We eat together daily. We go to the temple together every week. We go to the yatras together. We stay in the same accommodation together. So I'm with my family lot of times. So then why this feeling is coming? So then, Maharaj said, spending time with the family is different from spending time for the family. You're spending time with them, but are you spending time for them? And herein we can see that, Krishna not just, spend time with the queens, but if the queens wanted something, he was willing to, even wage a war with Indra to get what they wanted. So both are needed. Sometimes, we are spending so much, like a typical husband is working day from morning to night. He is working for them, but he doesn't have time to spend with them. That also can happen. So Krishna, whatever he was doing, he was also doing for them and also spending a lot of time with them. And especially at the night, Krishna used to give his complete form, not just, not the hearing of his pastimes or his words or his glances, but he used to give his full self, because these devotees, these gopis, they were giving their full self to Krishna. And therefore, the Lord was also fully available for them. I read this beautiful story of a devotee of Lord Vittala called as Chokamela. Heard of Chokamela? So he was not a very well-to-do. He was a poor person. It's a big story. And when he was making he was in a construction place, and somehow that whole wall collapsed. And when that whole wall collapsed, there were many workers, and this Chokamela devotee was also there, and it all fell on him, and he died. And and his desire was that when he dies, his samadhi, or he should be placed in front of in the presence of Lord Vittala in Pandharpur. But he had died somewhere else, and and he was buried there. And Vittala, he came in the dream of one pujari, and he said to him that, my devotee, he had this last desire that he should be buried in this, near this temple, but he is buried somewhere else. Can you please go and get his ashes, or his whatever is remaining, so he can be buried here. And when they went there, it was a mass burial. There were 10-12 people that had died, and everybody was buried together, and they were all bones only. So how do you find out who are the bones of Chokamela? And then then this devotee, he meditates, this pujari meditates, this sadhu. And then Lord Vittala speaks to him that you pick up each bone and you bring the bone near your ear. And from the bone you will hear the holy names. Panduranga Hari Vittala, Panduranga Hari Vittala. And those are the bones of my devotee, Chokamela, and you please get them. And then he goes and he hears this, from which bones the holy name is coming. Now we hear Haridas Thakur mentioning that from each part of my body, the holy names will come out. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So much chanting, even the bones were imbued with the holy names. And then these bones, this body was brought, and the samadhi is still there, very, very much in front of Lord Vittala's precincts. So when a devotee is so much for the Lord is also usually is something like a samadhi. You don't really place near a temple, you place it far. But when a devotee is fully absorbed in Krishna, Lord Krishna doesn't see all these customs that are usually there. He wants his devotee to be near him. And like that, all these queens of Dwarka, they were manifestations of Krishna's Vrindavan Leela gopis. And here in Prabhupada mentions the verse from Skanda Purana. This verse, 1 minute. This verse is Hamsa eva mata Krishna Paramatma Janardana Tasyetah Shaktayo Devi Shodashaiva Prakirtita Chandarupi Mata Krishna Kala Rupastu Tasmritaha. So while explaining the glories of Dwarka, Lord Shiva says that Krishna was like the Hamsa. And like a Hamsa, what is the quality of Hamsa? It is pristine, it is pure, white, pure white, and also it only takes in the milk from, even if it is even if water is there, it only drinks the milk. So like that, Krishna is Saragrahi. He accepted the pure devotion of the devotees, of the gopis, and then he brought them in Dwarka as his queens. Knowing the intent, as Paramatma, he was knowing each of the devotees' inner desires, and knowing their internal desire, and knowing how much suffering they were having, feeling separation from Krishna, he was attending to them, because he is Janardana, one who removes the suffering of his janas, his devotees. So in this way, Tasyetaha, in this way, all these devis were manifestations of Lord Krishna's 16 potencies, Shodashaiva Prakirtita. So Lord Krishna has 16 potencies, internal potencies, and therefore is known as Purna Purushottama, because all these 16 potencies are fully in him. And the gopis, the queens of Dwarka, they were like stars around the moon. So I thought I'll just enumerate what are these 16 potencies, kalas, that Krishna possesses. And each of these queens, followed by 1,000 of them, they are manifestation of each of these potencies that Krishna carries. The first is his daya, his compassion. So we are attracted, different potencies that different people carry. And if somebody is compassionate, somebody is dayavan, naturally he becomes very lovable. So he doesn't look at faults of me. Usually in this world, people try to find faults and blame us. But Krishna, he only looks at what is good in us. Long back I remember, even sometimes the devotees also carry this. I was here in the Gaurnitai, and there, I think, flower festival time only. Tomorrow it is there. So when it was being plucked, I had some important call or something. I was there with the mobile and trying to check something. And just then, Maharaj was going out. And usually, when you find somebody with mobile, you try to, kya kar raha hai? What are you doing? Usually try to. But although I could see, he's looking at it, but he talked to me something else, but not about what are you doing on mobile when everybody is plucking flowers. So this quality of compassion where somebody tries to elevate you, not pull you down, is very attractive. And Krishna fully embodies this compassion, daya. And it is out of his compassion only he keeps sending his devotees. He has given us the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and the entire process of sadhana, because he has not just left us here, he wants us to come back. And along with this daya is his dhairya. He is also very patient. He is not, we become restless, that we become hopeless, but Lord Krishna carries immense patience, that he is willing to wait till we get fully purified. And although he is very eager, but he eagerly waits for his. And also this quality of patience is a devotee needs to possess. Utsahat, nishayat, dhairyat. That unless there is patience, because the anarthas are not going to go away. The Samudra Manthan pastime of churning of the milk ocean for the nectar to come happened for 1,000 celestial years. 1,000 years they had to churn the ocean. Then all these different things started to come out, and ultimately nectar. And from our heart, if love of God has to come out, it will take time. So therefore we have to also be patient. And Krishna possesses this fully. And Krishna's another potency uses kshama, his forgiveness. That he is willing to forgive all our mistakes, all our but if we only regret for them, and if we take shelter, then even to Ravana, Lord Ram was giving him many chances that maybe he will rectify. To Shishupal, he gave so many chances. To Kamsa, he was giving so many chances. To the Kauravas, so many chances he was giving, because he was willing to forgive and not. But at the same time, he is also justice personified. Nyayamurti. It's not that in the name of forgiveness, he let injustice happen. So he is also, another potency is justice, nyaya. And fifth is nirapeksha. Nirapeksha is impartial. Samoham sarva bhuteshu name deshto asti na priyaha. Now this Samudra Manthan Kumbh Mela is happening. You will find that at the end of the story, the devatas, they get the nectar. And Mohini Murti gives all these devatas the nectar, and they all drink the nectar, and the Rakshasas, they were so shocked by this whole series of events that Mohini Murti came and she took and she gave all of them. And once she disappears, the Rakshasa, the Asuras were so angry that there was the whole chapter is there. How after this churning of this nectar drinking, there was a big fight between the Asuras and the uh, Devatas. And although the Asuras didn't drink this Amrita, most of the times they were winning. They were killing so many of these, Devatas. Of course, the Devatas were not dying because they had drunk the nectar, but they were getting smashed. And then there was one Rakshasa called as Namuchi. Indra's, even thunderbolt weapon was not, working on this Asura. And then he found out that Namuchi had a very, interesting boon, that he had a boon that neither, no weapon that is either dry or wet can kill me. So then, Indra is given this weapon made of foam. And with a weapon of, and I'm still curious that how can foam kill anyone? No, with foam you can throw it someone, but how does it kill? But maybe if it goes inside or something. With foam weapon, Namuchi was subdued. And you'll see that, कि भगवान ने शक्ति किसको दिया? ये अमृत के कारण देवताओं को मिला, ताकत की राक्षसों को मिला. And therein, so Krishna, although he gave the nectar, but he also did, and then, he gave through Shukracharya, he gave the intelligence to make this lake of Sanjeevani, in which all the Rakshasas could again become alive. So he was teaching a lesson. Yes, if you are on the side of dharma, then you will be victorious eventually. But also because the asuras were also done such a hard work. In another way they got, and ultimately they took over the heavenly planets. And again Vamana had to take appearance. And then Vamana finally pushes Bali to give all the devatas back their heavenly kingdoms. So apparently the Amrita is there, but the Amrita cannot solve all the problems of life, especially when there is anger and greed and power for positions. It cannot save us from that. So impartiality. Krishna is impartial because he, even to the Kauravas who were on the opposite side, who were died looking at Krishna, they all got mukti. They were instantly purified by looking at the form of the Lord, and they got purified. So the bana that Arjuna is throwing on these Kauravas, it said that it was purifying. And because they got the Maha of Arjuna, this devotees, Maha, that purified, and in that purified state, when they saw Lord Krishna, they got attracted to that form and then they got liberated. So sometimes, in that, I was reflecting that sometimes even devotees' arrows, apparently, sharp words, if they are done with right intent, they are actually for our benefit. They are not for our destruction. So Krishna is nirapeksha. Sixth is nirasakta, detached. He is not having any type of desire for his own selfish enjoyment. Whatever he was doing was because the devotees were desiring. The gopis desired that Krishna should steal our makan, because a way of showing how much you value a person's contribution is where, like a mother makes some laddus. If the child is going to steal the laddus, that means the child has really liked the laddu very much. So Krishna was showing that how much I appreciate your makan is that I am willing to steal your makan. So like that, although Krishna is Atmaram, he was willing to go and do whatever his devotees wanted. So personally he is detached, but for his devotees he is willing to please them. He was doing all these pastimes, like spending night with all his queens. Seventh is tapasya. No? Krishna is in the form of Naranarayana. They manifest his ultimate, how much he can do tapasya. And eighth is Kala, is Aparajita, is invincible. I'll just list them because we don't have much time to go through all these 16 kalas. Eighth is Aparajita, is invincible. Ninth is Danashil, is charitable. Is always wanting to give others rather than take, like Datta. 10th is Saundaryamaya, is beauty incarnate. There is Apichya. So the verse comes where Krishna's each limb is very attractive, all attractive. Krishna's each limb is attractive. And Nrityagya, he is best of the dancers. He is Sangeetagya, he is best of the singers. He is Niti Baddha, he is thoroughly honest. And Satya Baddha, he is Param Satyam, is truth personified. 15th is Sarvagyata, he is master of all arts, all knowledge. There is nothing he doesn't know. And ultimately, Sarva Niyanta, he is supreme controller. So these are 16 kalas that Krishna possesses. Of all Vishnu forms possess these kalas, but Krishna possesses these 16 in full. Sometimes we list them as the 6 opulences, Aishwaryas of the Lord, the Bhagas, the opulences of the Lord. But here in the Skanda Purana, these 16 internal potencies of the Lord become the 16,000 queens, 16,100 queens of Dwarka. And Lord Krishna was pleasing all of them individually, specifically, by fulfilling their desires. And their desire was only to please the Lord in a specific way. And the Lord was also reciprocating. So in this way, there is, we can see how much the Lord is so much available once we become totally surrendered to Him. And if we can, become attracted to the Lord by practicing our sadhana properly, serving the devotees well, then one day we'll also, become fully attracted and surrender ourselves to the Supreme Lord. And this whole remembrance of Uddhava, of the beautiful qualities, pastimes of the Lord, is because he in great grief is recollecting, so that his grief can be removed by this remembrance of Lord Krishna. So I'll stop here, and time is up, so we'll not take any questions. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. Individually you can ask.
First of all, thank you for this wonderful last.